Hello, this is Mike with TradeWinds RV Center, here to congratulate you on your 2023 Jayco Jayflight 265 RLS rear living travel trailer with a slide. I'm here to walk you around it, show you how to use a few things to get the best out of your camping experience. Let's start by talking about arriving at the campsite and a few things taken into consideration when parking. On your campsite, I want you to leave plenty of room for that awning to come in and out. On your off campsite, besides your slide, I also want you to think about where your power and water connections are going to be. Your water is going to be just in front of this slide, or as you're driving, in front of your tires on your off campsite or your driver's side of your tow vehicle. And your power is actually going to plug in all the way back here on the rear. So once we arrive, unhook our hitch. First thing we're going to do is level our unit. Now your unit does come with a power tongue jack. Night docking light should you arrive at night. Simply retract to lower, extend to raise. Now should you lose power, under this rubber stopper in the back is a spot for this hand crank. So you get this up and down should you lose power. Speaking of power, check the battery post now and then. Make sure those haven't wiggled loose. Once we got our unit level, next thing we're going to do is stabilize it. The unit's got these new stabilizing jacks. What you're going to want to do is get up in here with your crank handle. Get on there. Crank it to the right a couple times just to get it down. You're going to unhook your chain here. This is what keeps it from falling down. Once that's unhooked, all you gotta do is pull on this cotter, and this whole thing will shift right down for you. Once you've got it down that low, preferably on some jack pads, that'll protect the feet of your stabilizing jacks from dirt, debris, hot blacktop, keeps them from sinking into the ground, especially these thinner ones. Get you some jack pads, put them down underneath them, get that down on there, and then use your hand crank to just move it until it's taut. You will see it in that chain right there. See how that goes down? Once that's taut, it feels like it's going to start lifting the unit. Stop. Remember, our unit's already level. All we're trying to do at this point is stabilize it. So get all four of those down. Once our unit's level and stable, we can hook up our power and water. Again, your power cord, big long 30 amp cord, plugs in the rear here. At the end of that 30 amp cord, should you need to, in your convenience pack will be a 30 to 15 amp reducer. Got your power hooked up. Let's hook up your water. Coming back up front here. Your docking station's over here. I'm gonna grab your water pressure regulator. This water pressure regulator is going to reduce the water pressure to 40 to 50 psi, protecting the lines in the unit. Always use this when putting water into your unit because you don't know what the water pressure is at different campsites. At campsites, we're going to hook up to a city water connection. Hook up your water pressure regulator, hook up your hose, but don't turn your hose on yet. I want you to go inside and open up this slide and open up all of your water taps. Get inside and get all them open, get all the air out of the lines, shut them off once you have a nice steady flow of water through everything. Then come outside here, turn on your hot water heater here. Gotta make sure the unit is on once it's got water in it. Then you can turn that on from indoors when you need it. Now let's say we're gonna go camping and we're not gonna use city water. We're gonna go dry camping or boondocking. In that case, we're gonna go over to our campsite. Just to the right of our door is our fresh water connection. Fill up the fresh water tank here. No need for a water pressure regulator. You can gravity fill this with a hose. Two ways to tell when it's full. One, there's an overflow valve right here. Or two on the inside where you check the levels of your black and gray tanks. There's also a fresh water button. Keep an eye on that when you're filling it. Once it's full, remove that hose, put your cap back on, and then whenever you want to utilize this water, you'll turn on your water pump. Don't turn on your water pump and hooked up to that city water. It's already pressurized. All right, so we're all set up to camp with power and water. I'm gonna continue walking around the trailer, continuing on this off camp side. Again, our stabilizing jacks, big pass-through storage area, your hot water heater. It's a hot and cold shower. Your 751 key will open that up. Flue for your furnace. Couple things on that. One, make sure it's never blocked, and two, if you are running your furnace, steer clear of that. It does get hot. Your city water connection, your black tank flush. We'll talk about that when we leave the campsite and dump our black and gray tanks down here. On your slides, your wiper sills, they have a fluid that you can spray on these to keep them pliable. You want them to stay flexible and pliable over the years. Adds to the longevity of the life of those wipers. Come around your slide. To the rear here is where you plug in your cable or satellite. Cable from the campsites. For your stabilizing jacks. You're prepped for a backup camera. Device you can purchase from the store that one part attaches on here. The other part is a screen that sets on your dash of your tow vehicle, giving you a backup camera for the unit. Again, your power. Spare tire with a cover. Keeping that cover on there will help prevent dry rot. On your campsite, you have an adjustable pitch adjust. If it's raining, you want all the rainwater to head one way. Down our campsite, behind our doorway here is a connection for a TV cable, 110 for that. There's a bracket that'll snap right onto that. Low point drain. But there's your freshwater drain, that white one there. Again, a mount for your TV, couple of outdoor speakers, vent for your microwave. Your main low point drain where you dump your hot and cold right there. Your separate bedroom doorway. Pass-through storage. Your propane does come with a cover. It's on a regulator. Lefty-loosey to open these. Just point this toward the tank you wish to be using. And that about covers everything on the outside. Let's go take a look on the inside. Coming up inside your unit, first thing I always like to point out your fire extinguisher. Make sure that you and everyone that's camping with you knows the fire extinguisher is located by the entry doorway. To your right, as you come in, up top will be your control panel. Here's where you see your battery, fresh black and gray levels. Down here is where you turn on your water pump if using potable water. Your slide control, which I already have out. Awning control. Let's talk about your awning. When you are running this out, you only want to run it out until that flap falls down to 90 degrees and you see that brown bar. If you hold on to that button, that will continue to run itself out and start to run itself up backwards. So you don't want to do that, so keep an eye on it when you're running out. Only run it out as far as you need to, and only run it out as far as that flap coming down at the most. You also on this control panel here have an interior and exterior light for your LED lighting. I'm going to bring the awning in. I'm going to mention on these doors here that these slam locks work best when gently slammed. Alright, another thing I want to point out real quickly here is the location and placement of one of your chairs here. You have to have one of these sideways in order for your slide to come in. This one here either way, but preferably just point it the same way, have them face each other. Alright, continuing here, in our controls, coming down into the kitchen, we got a 110, a couple charging ports. To the left of your fire extinguisher is going to be a 12-volt carbon monoxide propane detector. The reason I mention that is 12 volts, always running off your battery. So if you're dry camping somewhere, you're going to be gone for the day, disconnect one of your battery posts to keep this from running your battery while you're gone. Our individual lighting here, in your kitchen, your sink. A little plumbing to maintain. Access panel to everything right here. Get in there and keep an eye on things. Mostly PEX nowadays, so easy to maintain. Just make sure nothing's wiggled loose over time if you travel a lot with it. Microwave here. Fan and light above your cooktop. This glass top here makes an excellent backsplash. Just fold that up. Turn on our panel light here. Turn these to light. Hit your spark, and there's your flames. Same thing on the oven. You'll turn this to flame. Light it here by hitting your spark. That'll light your pilot light, and then just turn this to the desired temperature. You can also rock this panel light down, and it becomes an oven light. Furrion fridge controls are inside that. Over here to our thermostat. Go ahead and crank the air up one time. Snowflake means AC. Must be colder than 55 in here. Let's turn on the heat. There's your furnace. You'll notice when I shut your furnace off, it takes a few minutes for the fan to cycle through before it actually shuts off. Coming into the living room. Prep for a TV here. Cable 110. Make sure that when you hook up your TV, when you arrive at the campsite and run your digital channel scan, that you have that light on at your digital antenna. And your sound system down here, RV Technologies, Bluetooth compatible, AM, FM. I don't know if we'll pick up much inside this.
Those who've been killed protesting the government. And this
indoors
is
or outdoors. I'll shut them both off.
No, we're both on. Scarf, right? So
again, AM, FM,
visible,
auxiliary.
Striking
Touch it once to mute it. Hold it in to shut it off. More one-touch light in here. Your dinette wheel. Lift up, off from these bars, remove your bars, put your dinette on this brown lip all the way around, and put your flat cushions on top. That'll give you another sleeping quarters. Access underneath these panels for storage here. Your sofa here will just jackknife down into a bed. Up on the front. Your sofa here. Show you quickly how to turn that into a bed. Turn our lights back on. Remove your Velcro cushions. Lift up the middle. Pull everything up and out towards you. Hold your legs out. And then lay your back down. Just that quickly, you've got another sleeping quarters. Most important part is when putting it back up, is to lift the back up first. Otherwise you will damage your sofa. Just goes up, fold these in, and down. Just that quickly, you're back to a sofa. Head on back to the bathroom. Turn on our lighting in here and show you your thermostat for your hot water heater. When your hot water heater is full, you'll turn that on and off here. 110 with GFCI reset. More plumbing, easier access there. Make sure that when you're traveling, you have the shower door snapped closed. And back into our bedroom. All of our lighting in here is one touch. Leave it in the ceiling. The template over here on the wall. That was in case you ever decided to wire this for solar completely. So leave that on there for future reference. You're prepped for a TV here. Here's a spot for a backer and your cable 110. Underneath our bed, got some storage that holds up with a hydraulics. And those are some covers for your dinette chairs. Make sure that you keep your bedroom door locked. And that about covers everything in here. Emergency exit window. Bedroom door, make sure that you have this snapped open for travel. One last thing I want to show you out in our living room. Is your breaker box and fuses. So inside your pantry here down in the bottom is going to be a breaker box. Handful of 15s in there and a 40. I would recommend having some of those with you when you go camping. That about covers everything on the inside. It's act like we're getting ready to leave the campsite and close the unit up. First thing I like doing is coming over and shutting off my lights. Now I know that every other light that's on inside is an accent light. I'm going to go through the unit, shut all them off. Alright, so now I've walked through the unit, shut all doors and drawers, made sure all the doors in the bathroom are closed accordingly. Make sure nothing's in the way of our slides, especially our pantry doors down there, entertainment doors, so our slides don't catch them. Make sure that our recliner is in that position. I'm just bringing my slide in. Now that's clear. My slides all the way in. You hear that noise? That's just the slide mechanism telling you it's all the way in. Shut off the lights, exit the unit. Now the biggest thing on these stairs, you want to make sure this exterior door is all the way open. These are also adjustable by pulling on these and moving your legs how you want them. Set this up inside and lock it in there. You need to lock and deadbolt your exterior door, lift and turn your handle. If we're out boondocking on the side that your fresh water's on, get up underneath there and dump your fresh water drain. If we're at a campsite, we're going to unhook our power, our water, our cable, hook up our hitch and head on up to the dump station. Let the dump station park accordingly. Your dumps can be in front of your tires on your off-camp side. You got 10-foot hose covers your convenience pack. Hook that up and pull your black holding tank. This will be a right handle, black one. That is going to be your sewage. When it sounds like that's no longer draining, go inside. Check the level of your black tank. If it shows it's empty, come back out here, leave that black handle open, grab the hose at the dump station and come over here to this tank flush. Hook that up and let that run for a good 5 minutes. That's going to wash all that nastiness out of your black tank. When that's done, close that up. Check your tank level, make sure all that black tank washout water you put in there has drained. Then close your black and pull your gray. Now while my gray tanks are draining, I can come back around my campsite, get up underneath here and dump these low point drains. Open them up, let them drain nice. Once them are empty and your gray tank's empty, it's going to be cleaner water, sinks and showers. That'll clean your sewage hose out for you. When that's empty, remove your sewage hose and conveniently and sanitarily store it right here in your bumper. Hook up your hitch and head on home. Again, thank you guys so much for your purchase. Hope you enjoy this Jayflight for many years to come. Happy camping.